Hello and welcome to this UI tutorial on how to make a settings menu in Unreal Engine 4. First things first is we need a widget, and we're going to rename this to settings, and we're going to open that up, and now we need to add a component which will be an image. Just going to resize that to 1500 by 920. Changing the colour to be a blue and changing the opacity to be a 0.5, so to make it see-through, so you can see through it. So now we're just going to line up the box and toward the centre of the image of the canvas panel, and then we're just going to put the anchor of the whole screen so it doesn't move around when you're using it. Adding a text box, I'm going to rename the text to setting, so you know what page you are on watching the game. Size to context, change the text size to 60 to make it nice and big, and center that in the middle of the screen. Now we're going to add a horizontal box, and in that we'll be adding in several different buttons and some text so we know what we're going to. So adding 4 buttons to the horizontal box. And just resizing the box. Fill, padding size 5, and do that for all 4 buttons. So now we're just going to remake the horizontal box a little bit bigger so it fits all the buttons in nicely. Just make that a bit bigger and center that into the screen. Now we're going to add some text into the horizontal box, and now we're going to change that to screen resolution because that's the section of the settings we're looking at, and then we're going to change all the text on the buttons to be these different screen resolutions, such as 1920 by 1080, which is a standard resolution, and then all the smaller ones, and then the bigger one. Making those buttons a little bit smaller so you can fit all the other settings we need to be on. So now we're just going to duplicate that screen resolution one, and then we're just going to slide it down a little bit, changing this one to be view distance. So now this one's going to be 3 buttons, so we're going to have to remove that 720 by 480 button. So now we're just going to go and change the size of the distance between the between the text and the buttons. So changing the buttons to near, medium and far, and just duplicating that one. So now we're going to change that to anti-aliasing, which needs 4 buttons. So we're going to add another button, and we're going to add some more text. And we're going to change that text to ultra, which would be the highest level of setting you can get to. And then we're going to have shadow quality and then texture quality. Those will be low, medium and high and ultra. So now we're making another button, which would be the back button, to allow the player to go back onto the pause menu. So adding a little bit of code from the button, we're going to be adding in a remove from parent, and now we're going to be adding in a create widget, which will allow us to get back onto the pause menu. Just select pause menu as class, and out of return value add to viewport. That's that code for the back button done. So now we're going to start the code for the different sort of menu buttons. So we're going to add execute console command, and for that one will be screen res and whatever the size of the screen res you're going to be having. I'll stick all these commands in the description down below, so you can just copy and paste them into your code. So we're just doing the 4 different types. And the next one we're going to be doing is a set view distance, which would be r.ViewDistance, and then whatever it is, 1, 2, 1, 4 and 7, which are the values. Next one is post-processing AAQuality, which would be a 0, 2, 4, 6. We're just going to stick all those into the buttons. Next command will be sg.ShadowQuality, which would be a 0, 1, 2, 3, as 3 being highest. Just plugging all those in. And then finally we're going to be having the command of sg.TextureQuality, and that will be 0, 1, 2 and 3, 3 being the highest again. Just plugging all those into the buttons, making sure it's all connected. So now we're going to be adding in a code, so we can go from the pause menu to the settings menu. So I remove from parent, create widget, change the class to settings, and then we're going to be adding in a add to viewport so we can see it whilst we're on the setting screen. Just copy and paste that into your main menu, and then create the button for that one, and then just plug it all in, and then that one should work going to settings as well. And now we're just going to go and do a trial of it on the standalone game, and we're just going to change the size to 1920 by 1080 and change all the graphics to low. As you can see, it looks horrible. That's because it's all very low. So now we're going to be trying it all on Ultra, which is the standard settings for Unreal, and that looks much better. So if you have enjoyed this video, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.